The festive season is filled with a range of festivities which could be hazardous for pets during this period. Pets are often at high risk as they experience changes in routines, exposure to new environments and interactions with unfamiliar substances. Pet owners are encouraged to apply useful tips to protect their pets during the festive season. So to take this discussion further, we are joined online by Jacques Peacock, Public Relations and Legal Liaison at the National Council of the SPCA. Jacques, good afternoon and thank you for your time with us here on the SABC at this hour.
Good afternoon and thank you so much for having us.
Jacques, let's talk to some of the best practices to take care of pets and animals this festive season.
The SPCA has always advocated for responsible pet ownership, and we need to instill the understanding that your pets are your responsibility. They are your tribe, you are their tribe. They look to you for comfort and safety, especially during the festive season where there are a myriad of things which may be outside of their routine and contrary to what they are actually used to and comfortable with.
Well, speaking about being outside of one's routine during the festive period, what advice do you have for people traveling with their pets and even for those who have left them at home?
In respect of traveling with your pets, it's always advisable that you familiarize yourself with the closest veterinary clinic, for example. When you are at home, you hopefully know where your closest veterinary clinic is, what their contact details are, any emergency contact details. But whilst you may be traveling, especially with your pets, it would be useful to get that information in hand in case of an emergency. Prevention is always better than cure, even in those circumstances as well. And quite simply just to observe your pets, to make sure that they are comfortable, especially during lengthy car rides where they may become uncomfortable. You can possibly get pets who get dehydrated because they don't get to drink water as often as they do when they're free roaming at home. So just to be attentive and observe the pets. In terms of leaving pets at home, it isn't quite advisable unless you have the services of a dedicated and trusted pet or house sitter who you know, or who at least comes on the great recommendation of someone who you know. Or if not, that you've booked them into boarding kennels that you also know and trust, where you know that they'll be able to get the best care whilst you are away. Your pets and any animals in your control, in terms of the law, are your responsibility. You are the owner and you need to ensure that they are safe and comfortable, irrespective of whether you are lying on the beach or at home with them.
That's some sound words there. There was a warning of rabies in some parts of the country. Perhaps we could talk to safety and how to behave around unfamiliar pets as well.
It is so that many people are by nature a bit more skittish of animals than others. Those who are not so skittish, it's always advisable to not just approach any unfamiliar pets wherever you may go, especially if it is stray animals. And here we are really also focusing on children. A cute dog might look very cute and friendly, and it may turn out not to be. And it's not only about the rabies, but also the injury that can be caused to the human being and to the dog itself, possibly due to the reaction of the person. So it's always good to err on the cautious side and to just assess the situation and observe the animal, even with other people's pets. Ask before you touch them and interact with them, because they too are sentient beings and they are able to think and perceive and feel, especially in terms of joy or danger or nervousness.
No, absolutely. New Year's Eve rather is also coming up, and animals and pets around this time tend to be neglected. I wonder if you could speak to some of the cautionary measures we should be undertaking at this point, even the safety practices during the use of fireworks, but also just around the celebrations unfolding.
What is very important for us is that we are expecting fireworks. We know that they will be coming. So you as a pet owner needs to take mitigating measures to ensure that your pets are safe. As I've said earlier, you are your pet's tribe. They look to you for comfort and for safety, and that responsibility falls solely on you. So we expect the fireworks. You need to take those measures. It may include placing your animal in a room with high windows, such as your kitchen, to prevent the risk of escape and subsequent injury. Some animals are conditioned to certain sounds like the TV or the radio. Put on those sounds, familiar objects, toys, their bed, a favorite treat, which they might be accustomed to, which will make them feel more comfortable. If your animal is extremely reactive, it is advisable to consult your veterinarian to see if there is a medication which they can prescribe just to calm the animal down and to prevent that injury and actually trauma to the animal.